Hi everyone, and it's Savvy Sexy Social Blog Every Day in August, Day 7. So today what we're going to do is a little bit different. I'm going to do what's known as a blessing reading. So it's 3 cards. We look at what the blessing is in our life. We look at the challenges that we're facing and also a recommended action to move us forward based on the context of the 3 cards. So thank you for joining me. I'm Alex. And this is Tea and Transformation. Okay, so let's go. So the first big message, the overall message that comes out of this reading is stay connected to our why and our passion. So today what I did was I used the Medicine Woman Tarot deck. And the cards that we have are the Two of Pipes. Let's see. Oh, geez, it's always backwards, so I'm sorry. There's the Two of Pipes, and it was reversed. Then the Three of Pipes, and pipes are a set of cards that are specifically about staying connected to the energy that drives us forward. And then we have the Apprentice of Stones. So this is a higher court card, meaning that we're dealing with higher level energies here and more intense personal growth. Okay, so I just wanted you to see the cards so that we could just talk about that. So about blessings. You know, we, as people who are entrepreneurs, doing our own businesses, you know how much work it is. We're constantly moving forward, looking at what's going, analyzing our business, taking a look at the metrics. And there's a lot of busyness in keeping this going. And you know, you've got your social media marketing, you've got your funnels, you've got your blogs up, you've got the actual sales and making of sales and delivering product or services. So it's very busy, and it's very easy to lose that connection with our why and our passion. So the Two of Pipes reversed tells us that we have more work to do, that what we need to do is stay connected to the energy that connects us to our vision. And so we want to stay connected, and when we do, when we stay connected, we offer ourselves the opportunity to work at a much higher level. Now, in the spiritual world, there's always a big conversation about money and looking at money and going after money and whether or not money serves our highest purpose. But if you take the word money out and substitute energy, and we talk about the fair exchange of energy, and coin matches or works with a fair exchange. I do this, you give me coin, we have a fair exchange. So that's what I'm talking about here, is a fair exchange of energy. And when we aren't looking at it as a fair exchange of energy, when we're looking at getting something from somebody else, I think we twist the energy a little bit. So this first card, the Two of Pipes, is saying stay connected to that vision. Stay connected to the highest vision you have for yourself and for your business. Now the challenge was the Three of Pipes, also again another card that's telling us to stay connected. And the challenge is to let go of the shoulds. So what I mean by that is, if you go to some business training schools, I've been to one, and was soundly lectured in a very negative way for suggesting that I should pay the people that I contracted and subcontracted with in my business at a fair wage, meaning a living wage, and was soundly told that that was just a bad business practice, that I was cutting into my profits, the banks wouldn't like it, it wouldn't look good, and yada, yada, yada. So it was really all about just me and the money I was going to generate, and it really didn't matter whose shoulders I had to climb up to get there as long as I got there. And it bothered me a lot, and it was clearly energy and information that didn't resonate with my personal integrity. So in order to stay authentic to that integrity, I had to allow that to inform my business decisions regardless of what the experts had to say about that. So the challenge here is to find that balance for yourself. Let me just check my notes again. And also, Well, I actually think that if we stay connected, and that's what this card is telling us because it's pipes, to stay connected to our vision, that if we do that, we're allowing ourselves the opportunity to stay ahead of the curve in terms of where business is going. And we are seeing radical changes in terms of business. And it really does seem as if we're separating ourselves into those who only want the profits, like the guy who bought the AIDS drug and increased the price 750%, and people who are willing to take a look at their business perspective from being in service to their company, being in service to their employees, being in service to their community, even though they're the leader. Part of that leadership is being in service to the wider community, which leads us to the recommended action. Because the recommended action was the apprentice of stones. And this card is suggesting that as an apprentice, that we've journeyed through. We've developed our plan, we've stayed connected and true to our why and to our vision and our passion. And, we've moved through all those stages, and now we're entering into the higher court cards, which means that we're going to be called on to operate at an even higher level of energy and purity, for lack of a different word. And I think I mean trueness in terms of our authentic selves informing our decisions. Even when it looks like it might be a bad business decision, maybe not so much. And I'm talking about reasonable. I'm not talking about shooting yourself in the foot kind of decisions. But anyway, so what it is recommending is that we find a mentor or mentors, because we have so many different facets to our businesses now. We may want experts in each one of those areas. And then, of course, the difficulty is integrating all of that into a complete and whole plan to move forward. But what we want to do is we want to reflect on our actions. We want our integrity to inform our decisions. And we want to make sure, well, I'm assuming, I'm saying we want to make sure, and I don't mean that in a blanket way, because I don't want to speak for you. But I do want to speak for the community that wants to ensure that their business and their business decisions are being informed with their highest and best selves and their authentic selves, that's connected to the community and connected to doing the greatest good for the wider community and to see our part in that. So I'm not speaking for you, but maybe the challenge is to look at that kind of future and see where do we fit in that. And I have to say that having looked at many of the beta videos over the last week, that I see a really strong community of authentic human beings who really are out to make a difference. And part of the thing about being a psychic and making a difference is we have to stay clear of our biases. In order to work with someone, we don't want our biases to interfere with the messages that we're getting, either intuitively with our psychic abilities or with our mediumship. And so the best way to be a good psychic is to work on yourself and to clear your past anchors to bad behavior, bad feelings, all of those negative things and blocks that we want to get rid of in order to move forward gloriously into a future. And that's the challenge this week, is to find mentors who support that, to look for mentors whose actions that we get to see in the community we can tell are being informed by their authentic selves, because we can look at the results. We can see what it is that they're doing. And those people are often the people who are willing to be generous with their time. And look at how generous Amy is with all of us, and how generous we are with one another with our comments on videos. And I really like this, or did you forget about that, or have you thought about this, or I thought that this was really excellent. So in those ways, we support one another as a community, and we can see our actions, so we can see that we come from our authentic selves. So now what you want to do is be able to do that in the physical community that you live in, and in your online community outside of the Veda group. So that's my reading for this week. or well, reading for today. Typically, I would do this once a week for a membership crew, but there you go. Oh, and the dogs are playing with stuff behind me, actually right under my feet. So I just want to say thank you so much for listening to what it is that I have to offer. And it's an ongoing journey. I'm sure at the end of August, we are all going to be very different in terms of our presentations and the things that we're looking at. So thank you. I certainly appreciate the support. I'm giving my support to as many of you that I can reach every day. I'm not a mentor, but I'm certainly on the rah-rah team for you. But anyways, that having been said, thank you so much. Stay connected to your vision. Balance the busyness of the day-to-day activities of business with your higher, truer purpose that you know you're going to bring forward into the community. Please subscribe. You know, it's down there, waving fingers. I think that's what Amy does, but it's down there. And click the bell if you want to get notice that I'm putting up a new video. So you know you're going to get, I don't know, 22 of those now because that's what's left in August. And I'm also on Instagram, also on Twitter, have a Facebook page, got a website. So, you know, we're all pretty complete in that area. Please subscribe, like the video, and, you know, I'm really looking forward to comments. Even if you think tarot's just a parlor game, I'd be interested even in that comment. So, have a great day. Savvy, Sexy, Social, vlog every day in August. This is day 7. I'm Alex. It's Tea and Transformation. See you all tomorrow.